Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Comfortador and this is Just with Comfy. If you're stumbling upon my channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Do want to hit that red subscribe button and the post notification bell. In that way you always get notified when I post a new video. Happy Sunday guys. Today is Sunday and yeah, today is the 12th of December 2021. How are you guys doing? The year is already rounding up, like the month will soon finish, and when the month finishes the year obviously has finished as well. So how is it going from your angle? I hope you are doing fine. I hope you guys went to church today. I actually went to church. I'm just coming back from church, and I stumbled upon this video and I was like, no, let me just make it immediately, because I know if I settle down I might not really have the energy to anymore. So that's why I decided to just shoot this video as I'm just coming back from church. So let's just go down into the video immediately. So I stumbled upon this post on Linda Ikeji's blog about this pastor that actually connived with the wife and raped a 16-year-old child. Like at this point you guys know that I made a video about a pastor yesterday. Like my last video, that video I posted yesterday, was about a pastor, and I still told you guys that it's still, when it comes to this pastor thing, I know they too like to talk about pastors and men of God, because there are some things we expect from them, but when we expect a certain thing from them and we get the opposite, it will just make us to ask some questions. I don't know about you, but it will make me to ask some questions. So in a situation that a pastor and the wife will connive, in fact, before I continue the story, let me read it out for you guys so that it's not be like I'm just making up the story. Let me read it out for you guys.
Pastor arrested for allegedly conniving with wife to rape a 16-year-old choir member. Men of Ogun State Police Command on Friday, December 10th, arrested one Pastor Peter Taiwo of Christ Apostolic Church, Abeokuta, and his wife, Elizabeth Taiwo, for allegedly conniving together to defile a 16-year-old choir member, name withheld. A statement released by DPS spokesperson of the state police command states that the pastor and his wife were arrested following a complaint lodged at their division headquarters by the victim, who reported that while she went to church for choir practice, the pastor's wife called her and told her to go and meet the pastor in their room because the pastor wanted to send her on an errand. She stated further that as soon as she got into the room, the pastor's wife locked the door from outside, consequent upon which pastor overpowered her and forcefully had sex with her. She explained further that the pastor's wife later came in after her husband had satisfied himself and met her crying and told her to stop crying as she is now a woman. She then warned her never to tell anybody or else she would die. Upon the report, the DPO quickly detailed his detectives to the scene, where the pastor and his wife were promptly apprehended. On interrogation, the couple confessed to the crime but blamed it on the devil. Hey God, wetin devil come do for this matter now? They also pleaded for forgiveness from the victim. The victim has been taken to the hospital by the police for medical treatment. Guys, you see, one of the problems I always have with these people, why do they keep blaming things? Like, people don't take responsibility for what they do. They keep blaming it on the devil. Was it the devil that called the girl, the 16-year-old girl, to the room? Was it the devil that locked the door? Or was it the devil that raped her? All these things are things that people do, but they keep blaming it on the devil. How was it the devil?
So you guys have actually heard it for yourselves. Like, this man and his wife connived to rape this 16-year-old child. It's so sad. This girl went for choir rehearsals, as we have read, and when she went for the rehearsals, the pastor's wife told her that the husband wants to send her for an errand. At this point, I feel maybe the church is situated with the parsonage inside it, or maybe the parsonage is very close to the house, or let's just say maybe the parsonage is inside the church premises, because for her to be going for rehearsals, obviously she'll be going for rehearsals in the church, and pastor's wife is now telling her to go to the room, her room, that her husband wants to send her on an errand. And then she went to the room and the pastor's wife locked the door from outside, and the husband raped her, and after raping her, the wife came and opened the door and told her not to say anything. Why would a pastor's wife connive with the husband to do this kind of thing? When things like this happen, they make us to ask questions. Because if you ask me, maybe I'll tell you in an attempt to get power. You know, a lot of things are happening now. This is just what I feel. Maybe in an attempt to get power, and they'll tell her, okay, maybe sleeping with a virgin or something will make you to have the power, and they lure this 16-year-old. If you read the post very well, you hear when the pastor's wife was telling her, now you are a woman. So I feel with this statement, maybe she was a virgin, so she was actually this virgin by the pastor. Could it be what whoever told him to do it for power, or for, could it be money or anything? Because I don't see a reason why a pastor's wife will connect with the husband to commit this kind of havoc. And the worst part about it is that these are people that we trust. Before this girl would comfortably go to the pastor's room, she wouldn't think that any of this kind of a thing could happen. And he used his hand and defiled this child. It's so sad, honestly. It's sad. At this point, seriously, children of God are supposed to have sexual purity, because sexual purity is in the center of God's holiness. So if we are pastors and we're preaching and preaching and preaching, and we don't have sexual purity, which is in the center of God's holiness, then I don't know what we are preaching. A situation that a pastor that is preaching the message is not even having sexual purity, what are you teaching your audience? Apart from sexual purity, every other part you're supposed to be pure, both in and out. But in a situation that a pastor is even helping to defile a member, this is alarming. And at this point, as members in churches and as teenagers and as adults, because it's not only teenagers that are facing all these kind of rape cases, even adults. So as church members, we should be careful. Even the Bible rightly tells us that in the last days many will come out and say, Lord, Lord. They will be calling my name, but I don't know them. So at this point, we should learn to know that it's not everybody that is calling Lord, Lord that will enter into the kingdom of God. So we should be careful as a member. Yes, he's your pastor, but don't trust your pastor so much to enter into his room, because he's capable of doing the undoable. So this should make us to think again as church members. Nowadays is no longer the olden days. Honestly, things are changing. If a pastor could call this 16-year-old child and connive with his wife to actually rape this child, it's really appalling. Like at this point, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like as I'm talking now, I'm shaking. Like goose pimples is coming out of my body, that this kind of a thing could be mentioned in Christendom. This is just crazy. But anyways, as a church member, the Bible rightly tells us too that we should be as wise as serpents. Be very, very wise. There is nothing like papa and mama. Don't trust your pastor's wife. Don't trust your pastor. Don't trust anybody. Just be a church member and go to church and serve God. A pastor's wife should not tell you, go to my room, my husband is looking for you, and you go. It's sad, honestly. So this was just what I came out to tell you guys today. I just saw this post and I was like, you know what, let me just make this video immediately. It's so sad that this had to happen, but the man is under custody. And anyways, we just pray. Just most of the times I pray that things don't even happen for them to arrest others, because as it stands now, the harm has already been done. He has already defiled the girl, and he can't change the fact, but he's in custody. And yeah, this is justice for this video today. I just came out to tell you guys what I saw. And yeah, do well to hit the red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you always get notified anytime I post a new video. See you guys on the next one. For now, bye guys.